Hello, it is Nikki B on the scene, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new, please hit that subscribe button so you don't miss another beat with me. Okay, so we are talking about Love is Blind, the reunion. Now, I was going to talk about episode 10, but I feel like we could just wrap it up. Only two people got married, and that is Jared and Ayana and Danielle and Nick. Everybody else said no. A hot mess. People were lying. And I'm looking at Shayna. The reunion was just something that I was super here for it. I was like, yes, this is the drama that we needed. This is the drama that we needed to see in the pot. But I don't know what was going on. But we're just gonna go down the list because, like I said, this is not like a typical. We're gonna talk about the episode. We're gonna talk about the whole season. No, we're just gonna talk about what stood out to me and anything that stood out to you guys. We're just gonna discuss that. So first, as starters, we are starting off with Shake. Now, I don't know what type of energy Shake was on, but he was bugging out. Every time somebody was talking, he was interjecting. Every time somebody had a comment that had nothing to do with him, he always felt the need to express his opinion. Nobody cares about what you think. You are a terrible person. You treat women badly. You lack self-awareness at that. Shut it up. And I think he was only acting out because not only was his, I can't even say his heart was broken. Honestly, I don't think he really cared. It was more so like his ego was broken because Deepti said no. He just felt like he needed to act out. And on top of that, he thought this was like the type of dating show where he was going to find like that hot chick. And it's like, you're not going to find that on this dating show. You went on the wrong dating show. As the host was telling him that this was not the dating show for you. And it was just such a back and forth. Like, he's an idiot. That's the best way I can describe it. He is just an idiot. Because forget about Shake. I don't care about him. The whole Shayna, Kyle, Shane, and Natalie situation, the quadruple people, that whole situation, I don't even know where to begin. We're gonna start off with Kyle. Kyle was coming for sis. Like, he did what needed to be done, okay? He was making sure he was asking those questions, and he was trying to get Shannon to basically say, you were capping about the religion. It wasn't a religion that you didn't want to marry me. It's probably because you weren't attracted to me. And if that's the case, then Shayna should have been honest about that. But she kept, pushing this whole, but I want somebody, a man of faith. I want this, somebody, a man of God. All this extra stuff. And that's cool. But how are you seeing that in Shane, but you don't see that in Kyle? And what I mean by that is, like, she's not asking those questions for Shane. You're not asking him, what does he believe in? Does he go to church? Those important questions. You're not asking any of that. But you did that for Kyle, and you used that against Kyle to make it seem like, well, we don't match in morals, so then, obviously we're not a match. But it's like, no, once you saw Kyle, you was like, he's not cute, and that was it. And that's really disrespectful. And she played Kyle. She played him. Because next thing you know, you talking with Shannon, you flirting with him, and then they asking you guys, like, oh, so what happened between the two of y'all? Y'all want to be hush-hush, and she wants to be squint-squint-squint. Why can't you speak up? I just never rocked with Shayna at all. She played this whole, like, I'm a sweet lady, I'm by God, all this extra stuff, but it's like you're lying. You are absolutely lying through your teeth, through your eyes. You're lying. So I don't understand why would she even sit up there and try to make it seem like Kyle was the problem. And here's the kicker of what she said. She was saying how she felt manipulated by Kyle when he asked her, when he proposed to her. The engagement ring was his mother's ring, so she said that she felt manipulated almost because it was such a sentimental thing, and I guess she felt like she couldn't say no. But literally the whole time he was telling him, you had every single opportunity to say no in that moment. But not only did you say yes to me, after the proposal, she went to Shane and she said that she still had feelings for Shane. She felt more of a connection to Shane, all this extra stuff. But you said yes to Kyle. So if you didn't like Kyle, why did you say yes? Because that's what made him confused. That's why he was just like, what are you talking about? I just proposed to you. If you would have said no, fine, I would have been hurt. It would have been alright. But at least my time wasn't wasted. Like, he literally chased you to Chicago. Not only did you not sleep with him in the bed or anything, you didn't want to be intimate with him, you didn't want to talk to this man in Mexico, and he left Mexico to find you in Chicago because he still wanted to build a relationship with you. So Shayna is trash, and I still ain't forget when she told Natalie that she called her on the phone to mouth, if you and him don't work out, and I'm talking about Shane, if you guys don't know, I got a man for you. That's why I don't like Shayna. I hope you guys understand, like, this is why Shayna is such an unlikable person, and she tries to paint herself as if she's some goody two-shoes. You're not. You're absolutely not. So I hope on her Instagram she keep them comments off, because what are you doing? That's messed up. So moving on to Shane and Natalie. Natalie, I really had hope for her in this reunion, because I really thought she was going to, like, spill the beans, because I really wonder what was going on between the two. Like, what was said that night before the wedding that changed the trajectory of everything. Like, I really am interested, but looking at Shane, I feel like he said some pretty disrespectful things, and honestly, I would have said no too. But at the same time, even after that, you know, on the wedding day, she was still even willing to basically, you know, continue to date him to see where things go. Honestly, I would have just packed it up and left. I was like, it ain't work out, it ain't work out, I don't care. But for her, you know, she got a heart or whatever. She was trying to make it work, but he just wasn't with it. You know, even like it was just weird watching them two, because it was like they was talking about it, but they weren't talking about it. And, you know, he was getting upset because she wasn't calling him a good guy through the whole, like, oh, you know, not, you know, she was like, oh, I don't blame you for this and that. I'm not saying everything is on you. I'm just talking about, you know, things that made me feel. But he's like, you know, but, you know, I just want you to say that I'm a good guy. You know, you make it sound bad. Shane, why are you seeking validation through every single freaking thing? I don't even want to continue, because now it's making me mad. Shane, we don't want to hear it. That's literally it. We don't want to hear it. Natalie, you was crying. It's like, it just felt like I was watching, like, high schoolers. Drama. We on some childish behavior. Like, it was really childish. We're gonna move on to who else? Sal and Mallory. Mallory was saying a whole bunch of nothing. I don't know about y'all, but she wasn't saying anything. I was like, girl, do you apologize? Because she didn't apologize to Sal at all. Not to say Sal is innocent, but we're gonna get on him too. But Mallory, you was flirting with Jared. Jared, you knew you was flirting with her. You talking about, oh, but that's not the ring you wanted. Like, why are we pretending that this didn't happen? Like, they act like they wasn't on a show being recorded and it's going to be put on national television. And of course, Shake at random moments would be like, oh, you know, I'm just worried about how things are going to be portrayed, because you know how they like to cut and, you know, put things together. Sir, you meant what you said. There's not a lot of edits to that. Mallory, you know, y'all do what you do. Y'all weren't supposed to do that. Y'all both had partners. Y'all chose who y'all wanted to be with. And then now all of a sudden, y'all mad now? Y'all looking at each other now. It's like, dang, maybe I should have married him. I don't know why Mallory chose not to marry him. I really didn't understand, because it seemed like, it was like kind of like how Shayna was to Kyle. Y'all both know y'all didn't have a connection to them. So why did you say yes? You know why? Because y'all desperate. And then Jared, Ayana has every right to be mad, because you made her your second choice. If you really liked Ayana, if you really was in love with Ayana, you should have made her your first choice. You should have asked her first. I know she was pissed. I would be pissed. But moving on, because I don't want to talk too much about Jared and Ayana just yet, because they're the couples. But yeah, Sal, you know, he has a right to be mad. But I'm surprised they didn't bring up his ex-girlfriend that popped up. I'm surprised Mallory didn't bring it up. But I guess they probably had a conversation just trying not to just, you know, air everything out. But Sal, you know, the ex-girlfriend pops up. He didn't tell Mal. You know, a lot of issues transpired in them, in their moments together. So I'm assuming that probably was those arguments. And personally, like I said, they don't look like a match. And plus, honestly, Sal was doing too much singing. I'm sorry. Like, it was cool in the beginning, but it just felt like he was trying to push some music that nobody cares about. If you want to do all that, you should have went on American Idol, X Factor, The Voice, The Masked Singer. You should have went somewhere. Yeah, so he did that. But yeah, he's not, you know, something... He's like, on the surface, he seems like a nice guy, but honestly, I don't think he's all what he says he is. That's just my opinion. Dee, realist. She kept it real. And the thing is, she tried. This is why I actually like Dee's growth, because it's like she went in knowing it's an experiment and came out understanding that it is an experiment. Because think about it, this is a show where you go on, you're pretty much putting all your eggs into a basket. because one, it's a stranger. You don't know who's on the other side. You don't know what this person, what's this person's race. You don't know the kind of background they come from. Maybe they could be disabled. You just don't know. You're just taking a chance at connected to someone you can't see it, and hopefully falling in love with them when you do see them, etc., 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 right? That's just that type of show. And I felt like she went in understanding that, she accepted that, and it wasn't like an expectation. I feel like she went in as more so like, if it does happen, it happens, but if it doesn't, I'm not mad about it. And I like that for her. And personally, I think she could have did better. I really didn't want her with Shake, because like I said, he was such a weird personality that I'm just like, DP doesn't strike me as a person who would really rock with somebody like that. Whether it be a partner or a friendship. I knew something just wasn't going to be it. She was real about it. She's like, I liked him in the beginning, but after hearing about what he was saying about her, how he treated her, not only behind her back, but to her face, oh no, we're not getting married. Love the girl. She did her thing. I actually rocked with Kyle too. I didn't really see much of like him being catty with her. Like, he just went in, like somebody, wanted to make it work. The person played him out. He had to deal with that. It's unfortunate because like he said, his time was wasted. Like, I can't imagine somebody wasting my time lying to me. Especially when you deep down know why they wasn't trying to marry you. It's kind of just like, you could have just told me that and not BS'd your way by trying to say it was something else, because that's foul. Yeah, and then the couples, honestly, Danielle and Nick, they was probably like I said in the last video, I'm just like, they was probably like the worst couple to ever be paired, because I just could not stand the two of them together. Like, they was just always so negative. Well, mainly Danielle, I feel like she was just really negative in a lot of moments, and I'm just like, I can't be around that. But it's so crazy because you can tell she obviously has a fun side. She can be that goofy girl, but it's like the negative aspects, it's like the insecurities, all that stuff had to go. But it seemed like low key, I felt like there was a growth within them, and I'm just like, it ain't all the way there, but I feel like they're actually putting in the work to get to where they need to be, and that's respectable. Now, Jared and Ayana, like I said, it seems very much struggle love, and I just don't feel the connection is going to be as strong in the future. And it's like, I don't like wishing that on nobody. I don't wish it at all, but it's like, it's not giving. I don't think that connection is strong enough for them to be married. Maybe boyfriend and girlfriend, maybe cute for a couple of months, a year or so, but to be married, I don't know. I think for them, for their type of personalities and their paths in their lives, I just think it's too soon. But if they're, like I said, just like Nick and Danielle, if they're doing the work to pretty much get through it, by all means, kudos to them. But I feel like for him, it's more so like a tick for tat. It's like, all right, I do this, you do that, you do that, I do this. It's like, I don't see this. That's just me on the outside looking in. I'm watching, at the end of the day, it's still a TV show. It's just my opinion, but I don't see it. So let me know down in the comment section below if you guys want to hear me talk more about any shows that's popping right now, because there's actually another show I'm going to talk about, and this is a show that I actually wasn't going to talk about, because I just feel like it's just, the content of the show is so heavy, like a lot of heavy themes, just too much going on. But I actually have some things I want to talk about in regards to that show. Not necessarily talking about, the episodes or anything, but just overall, because I have a couple of comments. Other than that, I don't really have much to say. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you all for watching. And as always, I come out with videos every week, so please stay tuned for that.